on the carpet and falling down. Oh, I hurt my arm. And the result of being injured is an injury. Were you injured when you fell? Yes, I was. I suffered an injury. What was the injury? Oh, I broke my arm. I'll be wearing a cast for a month. Oh, that's terrible. You suffered a severe injury when you were injured. Injured. I was injured in the accident and suffered a serious injury. A serious injury when I was injured. Injured. Accident. What is an accident? An accident is an event, basically an event that's not planned. It's something that was not part of the purpose of doing whatever you're doing. You could have a car accident where, kaboom, two cars collide. You could have an accident, you could drop the camera onto the floor and break it. Oh, I'm sorry. It was an accident. I didn't mean to throw the camera on the floor. Yeah, no, I didn't mean to do it, but it just, I dropped it and it broke. It was an accident, not planned, something done in error or mistake. Like a car accident, people don't go out to drive hoping they'll have an accident. No, the opposite. You don't want to have an accident, so you drive carefully in order to avoid an accident. Something going wrong. An accident. Not planned, unfortunate incident. Dropped the camera, accidentally fell down the stairs. I didn't do it on purpose, it was an accident. Sorry. That type of thing. Mistake. Mistake, yeah. Mistake could be involving an accident. I made a mistake. I wasn't paying attention and I drove through the red light. I didn't stop. I made a mistake. I should have paid attention to the light. I didn't, and I was hit by another car and there was an accident. I made a mistake. Please forgive me. Or you could make a mistake in spelling a word. Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong, it's incorrect. I meant to write stop. Sorry, it's a mistake. It was an error. I did something wrong. Error. I made a mistake. An error. Fail.
To do something.
Fail is to not, basically, not succeed. In what you were trying to do, you were not successful. Every once in a while, it doesn't happen every day, but a student may be in a class and he finds the subject very difficult, like maybe English. But then that's not true though. English is very easy. Very easy. I can speak it all day. No problem. But a student, let's say in a certain class, may have trouble and end up, I don't know what the grades are in Thailand, but if you get an F grade, that means you've failed. You failed the course. You may have to take it again. It happens. Not every day, but it happens. Sometimes they fail.
So in Thailand, it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
Everyone will pass.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. Giving 70%, 68% marks. It's
Whoa.
very strange.
Very good. Didn't know that.
Because this is a no one can take this a problem.
Oh, right. Well, It happens in America, I know.
Yes.
A, B, C, D, F.
A would, in the American system, the A would be
Yes.
the top. A. He received an A in the class. In fact, he was the only one that received an A in the class. Wow. B, that's above average. Not an A, not the top, but very good, you know. The C would be average. Everybody. Everybody. Not everybody. Maybe 2 get an A, maybe 3, 4 get a B, and maybe 6 or 7 get a C. And then D would be
Pass marks.
very close. Ooh, okay, well, you can move on, but boy, it was close to getting an F. Oh.
So we use to degrade someone also. To degrade someone. Don't try to degrade me.
Don't try to.
To degrade me. Degrade means to insert someone.
To degrade means to lower, yeah, to lower someone. Degrading remark, like insulting, almost insulting or degrading. But F is the failure grade. That means you have to take it over. You didn't pass. You did not pass the course. D, you just got by. C's average, B's above average, and A is number 1. Pretty much. Any questions about the words? Fail, mistake. Oh, I made a mistake, I'm sorry. There was an accident yesterday. The bus collided with a car on the highway. And there were several people that suffered injuries. Was anyone injured? Oh yes, there were several people that were injured. They suffered serious injuries and were taken to a hospital. Their injuries were not life-threatening. That's good, not life-threatening. You love to see that, but that means they'll be okay in a while, you know, but they're not going to die or anything like that. Not life-threatening. To be life-threatening would be that your life, because of the injury, is in danger. Life-threatening. Okay. I hope everybody gets at least a C in the course, but then maybe some will get B's, and maybe there'll be an A student somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Okay, we'll see how we do with this. I didn't say I alive. Alive. No. said I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security. I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security. Go ahead.
I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security.
Very good. Very good. I arrived. Remember, the R sound can be tricky. A lot of people want to say, I arrived. I arrived. I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security. Go ahead.
I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security.
Right, very good. My plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was
Scheduled.
to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and
To check my bag and clear security. To clear, everything's fine, no problem. Go ahead. Clear security. Okay, go ahead.
I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security.
Plenty of time to check my bag and clear. Arrived. Clear security. Arrived. Go ahead.
I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security.
Plenty of time to check my bag and clear. Wasn't clear, it's clear. Security. Okay, go ahead.
I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security.
Yeah, very good. Plenty of time to check my bag and clear security. Morning. Clear security. I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. Okay, Mr.
I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security.
Right, all right, very good. Had plenty of time to check my bag because I was there 2 hours before the plane was scheduled to depart. Go ahead.
I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled in the past. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security.
Right. Plenty of time to check my bag and clear. Clear, 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 clear. L, L, L. L, clear, clear. Security, clear, security. Go ahead.
I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security.
Very good. Very good. Time to check my bag and clear security. Very good. Go ahead.
I arrived at the depot 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security.
I had plenty of time to check my
bag
and clear security. I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled. S-K-E-D. Scheduled. Let's see. G-A-U-L-E-D. Scheduled. Just forget the C-H and think of it as a K. Scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security. Scheduled. What does the schedule say? The schedule says we will leave in 2 hours. We are scheduled to depart in 2 hours. Scheduled. Okay, go ahead.
I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security.
Yeah, very good. Plenty of time to check my bag and clear security. Go ahead.
I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security.
Clear security. Security. Check my bag, my suitcase, bag, and clear security. Yes, you will have to pass security before you get on the plane. You have to go through the security check to be clear. Security. I arrived, remember the R sound, arrive. At the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled to depart. I had plenty of time to check my bag and clear security. Any question about the pronunciation or the meaning of the word? Words?
The meaning of the word depart. What did it mean for our?
Depart?
Take off.
Well, it's not, it could be takeoff, and it could be many other things. It could be, I can depart this classroom by walking out the door. Where did the teacher go? Oh, he departed. He left. He's gone. He departed. To leave. You can, take off at the airport, depart. The train can depart the station and go to the next city. It's the leaving, the departing. I'm sorry, but I have to depart. I have to go. I have to leave. To depart.
Sir, which preposition do we use with depart, or we can use it without preposition?
Scheduled to depart.
Depart. With depart, which preposition do we use? I departed from, I departed to, how?
Well, I departed to, I departed from the room to go to someplace else. No, obviously, when you depart, 99% of the time you're going from someplace to someplace. I departed from the classroom to go to the meeting hall or something like that. I departed from the room and went to see my friend, or departed and went to someplace. I departed here and went there. I departed from Bangkok to go to Hong Kong, or something like that. To depart from a place. Then you would, once you depart, then on the other end of it, you arrive. He departed at 10 o'clock and arrived at Hong Kong at 1 o'clock. He departed and arrived. I arrived at the airport, and 2 hours later, I departed. The plane took off. Or if you were at a train station, the train departed at 10 o'clock, something like that. Any other questions about the words? Security, clear, security.
Teacher, can they say I have a lot of time? Can they say I have a lot of time?
I have yeah, I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my plane was scheduled. I have plenty of time. I have plenty of time to check my
Can
bag.
they say a lot of time?
You can say a lot of time, yeah. You have much time? Oh, I've got a lot of time, no problem. A lot of time, plenty of time.
Much of time is the same.
Huh?
Much of time is it the same? I have much of time.
No, that would not, I have much, do you have much time? I have much time. No, I would ask you, do you have much time? Do you have time to get a cup of coffee? Do you have much time? What time? Oh, don't worry, I have plenty of time. I have a lot of time. But the answer would not be much time. I would ask you, do you have much time? And you say, oh yeah. But you wouldn't say, yes, I have much time. No, I have a lot of time. I have plenty of time. I have 2 hours. You know, that type of thing. Any other questions about this one? R sound. Tricky. L sound. Tricky. Clear. It's a good thing to practice using the lower throat. That's where the sound comes from. It's not all up here. Sometimes it's here. All right. Clear. But sometimes the word, if it's mispronounced, it means entirely something entirely different than what you intend. A mispronounced word sometimes, depending on the word. Okay, here we go. My flight was a bit bumpy as we passed through a rainstorm. But after a few minutes, the weather cleared and the rest of the trip was as smooth as silk. My flight was a bit bumpy as we passed through a rainstorm. But after a few minutes, the weather cleared and the rest of the flight was smooth as silk. Okay.
My flight was a bit bumpy as we passed through a rainstorm. But after a few minutes, the weather cleared as the rest of the trip was as smooth as silk.
Very good. Passed through a rainstorm. Storm. Storm. Rainstorm. Rainstorm. Okay. Go ahead.
My flight was a bit bumpy as we passed through a rainstorm. But after a few minutes, the weather cleared and the rest of the trip was smooth as silk.
Right, very good. And the rest of the trip was as smooth as silk. It was a bit bumpy, but the rest of the trip was as smooth as silk. Go ahead.
My flight was bumpy as we
Pass.
passed a rainstorm. Was a few minutes. The weather clear
Good.
and the rest of the trip was as smooth as silk.
Right. The rest of the trip was as smooth as silk. There's a little at the end of the word. Silk. Just a little tad, but it's the important thing is to complete the word. Silk. Sill is another word entirely. Sill does not have anything to do with silk. So that's why completing the word, taking the word all the way to the end is important. You don't have to say silka, but silk. But it's the difference than sill, which is something totally different. That's why it's important. Anyway, my flight was a bit bumpy as we passed through a rainstorm. But after a few minutes, the weather cleared and the rest of the trip was as smooth as silk. Okay.
My flight was a bit bumpy as we passed through a rainstorm, but after a few minutes, the weather cleared and the rest of the trip was as smooth as silk.
Right. Okay. My
Flight.
I didn't say my flight. I said my flight. Flight. Fright is a totally different word than flight. My flight was a bit bumpy as we passed through a rainstorm, but after a few minutes the weather